Let's go to the Five and Dime, the Front Street Five and Dime stores. It's a few weeks before Christmas. Storefronts are festively decorated, the streets are teeming with shoppers, and the shop doors are open for business. Santa is waving from the double doors of Woolworths, and freshly baked cookie aromas are escaping from the open door at Kresge's. Mrs. Dawson is playing Christmas carols on the organ in the front window of Zeller's, and the Christmas toy train is traveling in circles inside the Metropolitan store. Let's go back to the good old days of the Five and Dime stores, once grouped closely together on Front Street in downtown Belleville. Woolworths, a city landmark, this iconic 1914 building was located at 242-246 Front Street, Belleville. Minimal history is available for this store, but I remember going there in the 1950s. My teen friends and I spent countless Saturday afternoons browsing the aisles for makeup and costume jewelry. One of my first jobs was at Woolworths, restocking and organizing long rows of shelving and bins in 1960. I remember asking an elderly shopper why she was buying a cart full of light bulbs, and she replied, "They are just so cheap I couldn't resist them." When summer ended, I was grateful to leave the working world behind and return to school. The name and brand changed to Worthmart Discount Store in 1964 after undergoing an extensive renovation, including a 32-seat lunch counter, food service, air conditioning, and 4 checkout counters. The layout was similar to Kresge's, including the smell and creaking of the old hardwood floors, as well as the entrance from the outside double doors all the way to the public parking lot on the river. In 1980, significant updates were completed, including expanding the men's and ladies' wear departments and adding sewing supplies and camping equipment. The name was changed to Woolworth Value Mart in 1987 when the company installed a new clothing line advertising all national brands at discount prices. The store was closed in 1989, but for over 107 years this grand old building had been standing on Front Street. SS Kresge. This diverse, popular downtown treasure opened its doors at 260-264 Front Street in 1930 and changed our local shopping experience forever. When coffee was a nickel and a big slice of apple pie was 25 cents, Kresge's was the epitome of an authentic Five and Dime store from the good old days. It had everything from creaky wooden floor sounds to bubblegum machines with plastic ring prizes. The coin-operated riding horses and weight scales were brought outside the store when the weather was good. One of the longtime employees was Marg Novensky. Many remember her as being a bit of a grumpy, which was just a front for one of the kindest women I had the pleasure to know. My mom, Hazel Smith, worked alongside Marg for many years. I overheard some great conversations and bits of local gossip behind the well-remembered lunch counter, which ran along the north side of the store. The red vinyl stools were designed to swivel in a full circle. Cakes and pies were showcased in glass domes, and metal soda holders were used to hold paper Dixie cups by the fountain pop drinks. After classes, many of us school kids could be found sharing fries and gravy and browsing this magical store. As shopping habits changed, the number of employees dropped from 60 to 20, and Kresge's became aware that a downtown store and a Quinte Mall store could not coexist. Sadly, it closed its doors for the last time in 1986. The original weathered bronze letters embossed on the front, the Kresge building, can still be seen in the hearts of downtown. Zeller's. Belleville's downtown Zeller's store opened just a few years before the start of World War II, when our city boasted a population of 14,500 residents. A brand new radio station, CJBQ, announced in 1945 that Zeller's finally had a stock of nylons in. Nylons were rationed and virtually non-existent during the war. This shortage created total chaos when the store opened that morning. The ordinarily genteel shoppers were grabbing nylons off their neighbors' carts, shoving them down their bras, and running back for more. It was a mob scene that scared the employees so much they called the police for help and locked away the nylons. Mary Crago, an employee working at the time, tells another story of a certain police officer who walked the Front Street beat. He was known to sneak a cookie or two as he strolled past the store. Every year at Christmas, he would drop a sizable donation off to the store Santa Claus with a note which said, "Thanks for the cookies, Santa." The upscale atmosphere commanded good manners from sales staff and customers alike. Employees were discouraged from calling their regular customers by their first name while at work. My granny was always greeted formally as Mrs. Hull when she entered the store. Management paid attention to detail and enforced an employee dress code of pastel shades for spring and summer with nothing flowery. In winter, the colors would change to black or navy blue. The resident pianist, Mrs. Dawson, entertained shoppers by playing the piano during the holiday season. Saturdays are very busy as local farmers and Air Force personnel flooded the downtown area to shop and visit the market. Store hours were 9 to 6 daily, 10 p.m. on Saturday, and closed all day Sundays and Wednesday afternoons. Zeller's employees worked closely with other Front Street stores to ensure the customer found the perfect outfit for a special occasion, even if it wasn't available at their store. Longtime staff formed a close-knit family atmosphere and celebrated special occasions and team events together. They even had a bowling league and were sad to see the store close its doors in 1973. Top discount stores took over the location, but closed it down when a new Zeller store opened in the mid-1990s just west of the city limits. The Metropolitan. Everyone called it the Met. This small but mighty store contained over 40 different sections of merchandise, including men's and ladies' fashions, fabrics, footwear, and even goldfish and birds. One could literally find everything from soup to nuts at this versatile location. From pitchforks, shovels, sprinklers, wrenches, and saws to dolls and model cars and everything in between. There was an oiled hardwood floor and a raised office area in one corner of the building, and there was a second floor that was not used. The Metropolitan store was open till 9 on a Friday night and closed Wednesday afternoons and Sundays. The staff consisted of 4 full-time and 2 part-time employees. It was my favorite shopping spot as a young mom because I could pick up almost anything on my way home from work. The location was convenient and the store was well laid out and very organized. Their favorite saying was, "You can always find it at the Met," and I did. This treasure trove of everything was a fixture on Front Street from 1929 to 1974. The 5 and dime stores are long gone. Still, the echoes of yesteryear linger in the bricks and stones and in our memories.